Hi gang, Jimmy D here, back with free Game Pass Hunters, and in today's video we are going to grab our rewards points by earning an achievement in a Game Pass game called Return to Grace, where we are working towards 100% completion so that we get that 1000 Gamerscore or that Platinum Trophy or whatever you guys get in Steam. If you guys are just starting to follow along, I do offer a chapter select in the description below, as well as a link to my playlist at the end of this video. And with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and start up our game. Now, I am going to warn you guys, we're going to have to do a copy at the end of this video, like we did before, because we got to take two separate pathways. I'll guide you through it, guys. No worries. But let's go ahead and press any button. Start up our game, and we are going to go with the temple, current game. And like I said, guys,
I didn't think reading emotion was part of your program.
Little dialogue here.
Human emotion can just as easily be deduced from context. You seek out challenge, so I assume you enjoy it. You met the conditions of my challenge. Therefore, it could be assumed that you would take some pleasure, or perhaps pride, in the achievement.
That's an excellent assessment. Does that mean I'm out of a job?
If by job you mean making irrelevant observations, then no. I will leave that with you.
We have arrived at our destination.
And now that we've arrived at our destination, guys, head through the elevator into this marvelous
Spire pilgrims must have gathered
cathedral
to listen to the Keeper's sermons, I guess.
People will return here once the beacon is restored. Flock and shepherd will be reunited.
Head to the left, guys, as we need to we could head straight to the achievement, but yeah, we need to build up a rapport still with Mom. So we're gonna look and examine a few more things. The bedding.
People were clearly sleeping here. They must have dragged this up from the settlement.
And the food.
Someone went through a lot of food. Guessing they were here for a while.
Judging by bedding and volume of food containers, 5 to 10 people might have been here for over 20 days.
And the fire pit.
Pilgrims were building fires. Why would they do that?
Turn to the right, guys. We're going to examine these canisters here, although there's no wishes.
Wish canisters.
These have never been used.
For recording wishes, maybe. They look pretty banged up.
Turn to your right. There's no more to examine here, guys, but we need to climb up to the next level. So, once we get that prompt, let's climb.
Seems to be holding my weight.
And keep climbing. Just keep climbing. Just keep climbing. One more time. You can examine these canisters, guys, but there's nothing really. So I'm going to turn to the left and examine the pulpit.
So the Keeper must have stood here, addressed the visitors, gave his sermons. You imagine having the solar system coming to you for answers?
The Keeper was merely a vessel for the word of grace.
Then why not have Grace address them?
There is sometimes more power in what is imagined than in what is seen.
Turn to your right, guys. And we are going to examine the cracks in the window. Glass.
This explains all the canisters lying around.
Must have been fun. It would have been chaos.
There was clearly a lot of anger directed toward the Keeper.
And then we're going to head back behind the stairs here, guys, and examine a few things. Number one, the camp.
More camps. Another stage in the siege. Looks like the numbers really fell off here. Most gave up by now.
Or died.
No bodies yet.
And the graffiti.
Death to Everett. Pretty clear who they blamed. It must have been written with charcoal from the fires.
And the boxes here, guys. And it's quite a bit of dialogue.
This must be an attempted barricade. I'm guessing there was a lengthy siege. So, when Grace shut down, the Pilgrims blamed the Keeper. They demanded to see Grace, or thought they could reactivate her. The Keeper turned off the heat. Pilgrims built fires, dug in. They eventually got restless. Wish canisters started flying. As Pilgrims were breaking through the partition, the Keeper and his followers built up a barricade. We'll have to make our way through the barricade to learn how it ended.
And boof, let them come. At this point, guys, let's go ahead and turn on our flashlight, as we need to squeeze through this gap, and there's something at the end of the gap. That we need our flashlight for, and that is another canister. Number 16, or number 15, sorry.
This canister looks undamaged.
And it has been
As there
recorded
is
on.
19 of them. So, let's go ahead and hack it.
This has gone on long enough. There's nothing Keeper Everett can do to meet your demands. You must return to your ships now, or we will be forced to take more drastic measures.
So this was left for the angry Pilgrims.
What do you think more drastic measures were?
I don't know. But you might get to see that dead body.
And then examine the barricade.
Second barricade. Looks like they got under this one.
And then let's duck under the crawl space.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
Examine the air tank.
Oxygen tanks. Everett upped the ante. Cut off life support here.
And then just to the left, guys, is another canister. Number 16 of 19. Go ahead and hack it.
Oxygen is almost out. We are going to make one last push today before returning to the ships. Grace, help us. We will win.
And now we can enter the funicular. Funicular, guys. It's an architectural term for a self-supporting architectural building. In layman's terms, there's more to it than that. If you guys want to look it up, go right ahead. Be my guest.
Hold on, Addy. The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
And this here, guys, is where we're going to do the same thing we did the last time. There are actually 3 different paths we can go by. So bear with me and pay attention, please. Go ahead and pressurize the airlock.
The tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addie.
Go ahead and head through, guys. And examine the broken window.
What happened here?
More rioting?
Turn to your right and examine the controls.
This doesn't look operational.
Let me try it, Addie.
Okay.
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
Great.
On one condition.
And what's that?
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me alone.
Yes, God. Whatever you say, God.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the enclave above. Through the many devices and instruments at my control.
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
She will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my side.
And we got our save icon, guys. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and pause our game. Quit to the main menu. We're going to start our game. And then we are going to go ahead and copy the temple, the current game, to an empty slot. And then, since we got our achievement for today, guys, let's go ahead and pause our game. Actually, quit our game. Turn in our rewards for the day. Head home. And for continued rewards, continued achievements, trophies, continued videos, guys, you know what buttons to press. But as always, have a great day. See ya!